You know, so I'm scared. So I get in the car. I mean, what you want from me? I get in the car. So I'm in the car in the back seat. I can't even mimic it. It's so loud though. And Typeflash.com. I have a dream.
I tell you what, a person who believes that this wasn't set up by our own government is an idiot.
Assalamu alaikum. Okay. I'd like to welcome you to Mr. Quick's online video lesson.
Check this out.
Party time. All right. Come on in. Yes. Party time. You're going to need your notebook turned to the grammar section so you can take notes. It's party time. Well, of course, the party wasn't for 11th grade. You know, it was only for 10th and 12th grade, so. But hey, maybe one day we'll have a party too. Yes, I couldn't let 11th grade have the party because we have other business. Okay, here we go. Combining clauses. This is basically where we stopped. We unfortunately will not complete the introduction to advanced grammar. So, it is now your responsibility to complete it at home through the use of the website, watching the videos, looking at the presentations, and possibly listening to the audio. It's all on you. Here we go. If you join two independent clauses, you must separate them with, and this should be a review for everybody except for this young man here. Yes. Fanboys. If you haven't yet to understand what Fanboys is, you need to put it down now. Fanboys is an acronym. Fanboys is an acronym. You remember what the words are for fanboys? Yes.
For and what?
Okay.
For.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. Here we go. Okay. You can combine independent clauses using a comma and a coordinating conjunction and a fanboys. One of the fanboys. Yes. Sound like a band. Fanboys. You can combine two independent clauses this way. I think we know that. Is there another way? Anything else we can do? No? How about this? Let's look at an example. The printer is out of ink and the store is out of replacement cartridges. We had to use a coordinating conjunction in order to combine these two independent clauses. Along with the coordinating conjunction, which is and, we had to add a comma. A comma. So, when you use fanboys, you must also use a comma. You must use a comma when you're using fanboys. Yes. Okay. Next way to combine independent clauses. Use a semicolon, a colon, or double dash. And of course, I think we knew that. Let's look at an example. Yes. No, beside each other. Word combines them, and it looks like one long hyphen. It looks like. So you hit the hyphen. You hit hyphen 2 times, and word will combine both of them, and it's considered a double dash. So that's how it looks. You put it in between two independent clauses. Okay? For instance, the printer is out of ink, semicolon. I can't print this document. Note, when using the semicolon, both of the independent clauses must relate to each other. In other words, you couldn't say the print is out of ink, the dog walked up the street. You couldn't combine those two independent clauses with a semicolon because they don't relate. They have to relate in some way. These two relate. The printer is out of ink. I can't print this document. Those two independent clauses relate to each other. So you can put a semicolon. You can also separate two independent clauses using a double dash. Wait a minute. There's no ink cartridge in here. So we have two independent clauses and we're separating them with a double dash. Here again, they need to relate. They need to relate to each other. Here we go. Last but not least is the colon. The answer is obvious. Colon. We must find a cartridge. So, here we go. We're separating two independent clauses with a colon. And once again, they have to relate to each other in order for us to do this. Yes. Yes. Any questions? No? Good. No? Good. Okay. All right. Combining independent. We're going to the next level. Combining independent clauses with dependent clauses. Ooh. Yes. I think it's equally as it's easy. If the independent clause comes first, written in stone, if the independent clause comes first, you do not need a comma. And I notice on some of the vocabulary sentences that some people are putting commas before subordinating conjunctions like because. No, the independent clause came first, so you don't need a comma before because. You don't need a comma before the subordinating conjunction if the independent clause comes first. Yes, you don't need a comma in that case. Let us look at an example. You should replace that tool. Independent clause. Where you found it, dependent clause, is in green. The independent clause is in white. The independent clause came first and the dependent clause came second. Thus, you do not need a comma. Let's look at another example. This is a little tricky. That's not an example, it's a rule. Let's wake up. If the dependent clause comes first, you need a comma. That's another rule written in stone. If the dependent clause comes first, you need a comma. You have to put a comma. If the dependent clause comes, you need a comma. You need... Yes, you do. Yes, okay. But overall, the students that I had last year did pretty good on the vocabulary sentences. For it to be the first one, I was quite impressed. Okay. Looked like we did something over the summer. Or we didn't forget everything over the summer. Yes, here's an example. After I spoke to the vegetable, comma, I waited eagerly for a response. After being our subordinating conjunction, after I spoke to the vegetable being the dependent clause, it is coming first. And in white is the independent clause. It comes second. Thus, we need a comma. Very important rules. Is there anyone who does not understand that concept? Good. Okay, dependent clauses. Dependent clauses. Here we go. If a dependent clause is punctuated as though it were an independent clause, of course the result is a sentence fragment. Sentence fragment. If you try to put a period at the end of a dependent clause, you have a sentence fragment. You have an issue. that needs to be dealt with. For example, in which you will experience hours of driving enjoyment. Period. That's a good sentence? Yes? Yes? It's not a good sentence? Is it? It's not? Wait, let me do it. Yes. Is it a sentence? No! Okay, very interesting. What is it? It's a sentence fragment. Okay, well, let's see. How about this one? It's not a sentence? Kareem. It's not a sentence? Why not? Is something missing? Is it missing something? Another independent clause? Another dependent clause? Yes, it's missing a dependent clause, right? Yes? No? It's missing the independent clause. Yes. We're actually missing what? What's not being mentioned here? Yes, what was being built is not being mentioned. How about this one? Here's a nice long one. Beneath a steel girder, the welder constructed. I must be right. Yes? What's missing? Was being constructed. Sentence fragments. Yes, yes. Comma splices. Comma splices is just this is when we want to put a comma anywhere we feel like it. If two independent clauses are joined with a comma, but no coordinating conjunction, the result is a comma splice. You just want to put a comma there. You want to put a comma and you don't want to use fanboys. Then you have a comma splice. You can't do that. If you use a comma, you got to use a fanboy when combining independent clauses. Or else you will have the dreaded comma splice. Yes, yes. Okay, example. I saw the duck. The duck did not see me. Is this good? Is this good? Kareem, this is good. What's wrong with it? Looks good to me. How? Why? What would you put there if you wanted to correct it? No, you can't help Kareem. Kareem, there's not a need of help, right, Kareem? You can do it. Go ahead, Kareem. What would you put there? But, okay. You? Okay, all right, yes. Would you leave the comma or would you take the comma out? You leave it? How would you take it out? You take it out? No? Leave it? Oh, okay. All right, all right. A prune is not a vegetable. Cabbage is a vegetable. Good sentence? Yes? Okay. Anyone disagree? You disagree? What's wrong? But, take out the comma, right? Leave it? Okay, all right. Excellente. Run on a few sentences. Here we go. Run on sentences. If two independent clauses are joined together without a comma and or coordinating conjunction, the result is a run-on or fused sentence. That means you just put all the words there and you said forget about any conjunctions or punctuations or commas, colons, whatever's. You just said here. Well, you just got yourself a run-on sentence. Let's look at an example. The student made an error. The error was a run-on sentence. Is there a problem here? That's a good sentence, right? What's wrong with this sentence? Comma before. Okay, so a comma here. Okay, excellent. Just a comma? Yes? Okay, all right. Who disagrees? You'll put a semicolon? Okay. Just a comma.
No, a comma or double dash. No, a semicolon or and dash. A comma and then and.
A comma then and. You had the right idea. You just left out a Fanboys. And you can do a semicolon or the colon too. But you can't do just the comma. Because then it'll be a comma splice. Come on, we can do it. The paint was still wet now, and now I have very colorful shorts. Yes. Yes. Who disagrees? Okay, excellent. Moving right along. But we do want to do this at home. Okay, yes. Correct the following sentences at home. Here we go. Turn in the corrected sentence tomorrow. Here they are. Yes. Ta-da! You know what you got to do. You know what the mission is. You can do it. I know you can do it. You can do it. All right. Huh? Yeah, I fixed it. Yeah. It was only not opening for 11 and 12. 10 had it. So I fixed it. And tonight I will have week 2 up. So you need to read the literature assignment for this weekend. I will be giving each of you a character, and we're going to have to go through that assignment in 30 minutes. It is a play. So read it all. We're going to do it in 30 minutes. Now, I don't think it's impossible. I think we can do it. Say that. Yes, yes. Yes. Yes, you have an essay due on Sunday. Yep. Yep. Compared to 10 and 12, y'all have a really easy weekend. Really easy weekend. Enjoy yourself. Can't say the same for next weekend. So relax. Enjoy yourself this weekend. Because next week, yeah. Oh, okay. That's not it. Okay, we got that one. Okay. We got to get. Wait. Whoa, what am I doing? Okay. Anyway, just do the other ones at home. Okay, go ahead. Okay. All right. So, yes. Oh, who had the question? Yes. Yes. You have to add, yeah. You have to add something to it. And okay, well, let's just do these right now. Okay. Okay. Well, maybe we won't do that one. Okay. How about the poodles are hypoallergenic? You should get one. How can we correct this run on?
After the Yeah. After allergen.
That's it?
You should get comma and you should.
You sure? Ah. You remember what these are called? You remember what these are called? Don't worry about it. We're going to go over it again. The X Arcade is a great controller, so I bought one yesterday. It's okay? It's good? You sure?
No, after
Okay. Yes, yes. Here we go. Marx wrote several books, and I have all of them. You sure? Yes, yes. Okay. All right. Oh, we got all set. We got fancy sentence combining made simple. If you are combining independent clauses, remember to add a comma and a coordinating conjunction. You know that. If you're combining independent clauses and dependent clauses, you know that. And of course, you know this. Yes? If you are combining independent and dependent clauses, add a comma if the dependent clause comes first. Yes, make sure you don't punctuate dependent clauses as though they were independent clauses. That's like a review. We know that. Guess what, folks? We have completed. The rest of it, you need to get it home. Next week, we're going to start how to write a sentence. That's going to be the deal. This one is part 2. Actually, this will be part 2B once I finish with it. But for what we have, the video that's up now is part 2, part of part 2. So now you got part 3, 4, and 5. So you watch it home in order to get a good review. Yes, yes. Do you want to see what the party was all about?
You what, a person who believes that this wasn't set up by our own government is an idiot.
It's the best I ever